Samson. The rise and fall of a hero. Samson, a Nazirite with extraordinary strength, is chosen by God to deliver Israel from the Philistines. His life is marked by great victories and personal failures, driven by his impulsive nature and tragic relationships. The story explores his battles, his forbidden love for Delilah, and his ultimate betrayal and redemption. Samson, the hero with immense strength, dedicated as a Nazirite. For 40 years, the Israelites had been enslaved by their enemies. Manoah and his wife, Samson's parents, who follow God's instructions for raising him. When their son was born, they named him Samson, and they never once cut his hair. It was a sign that he belonged to God in a very special way. Delilah, a Philistine woman who betrays Samson. Philistine lords, enemies of Israel seeking to capture and weaken Samson. Samson's internal struggle between his divine calling and his personal desires leads to his downfall. His love for Delilah and subsequent betrayal by her culminates in his capture and loss of strength. Ultimately, Samson's redemption comes through his final act of strength, bringing down the Philistine temple. Samson's birth announcement. An angel appears to Manoah's wife, foretelling Samson's birth and his destiny. An angelic figure in bright light appearing to a humble woman in ancient Israelite clothing. Samson's parents dedicate him as a Nazirite, emphasizing his special vows. One day when Samson was older, he was pounced upon by one of the fierce lions that roamed the land of Canaan. Samson was filled with the Spirit of the Lord, and he became so strong that he was able to kill the lion with his bare hands, demonstrating his incredible strength. During his wedding feast, he poses a riddle to the Philistines. Samson's wife is coerced by the Philistines to reveal the answer to his riddle. Enraged by his wife's betrayal, Samson sets fire to the Philistine fields using foxes with torches tied to their tails. Samson defeats 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of a donkey. He falls in love with Delilah, a Philistine woman. Delilah repeatedly asks Samson the secret of his strength. Samson tells her his secret. "If anyone were to cut my hair off, then I would lose all my strength." Delilah cuts Samson's hair while he sleeps, and the Philistines capture him. Samson awoke. It was discovered that the Philistines had come into his room. Samson, now weak and blind, is imprisoned and forced to grind grain. Over time, Samson's hair grew back. Samson prays to God for strength one last time. The Philistines bring Samson to their temple to entertain them. Samson pushes down the pillars of the temple, causing it to collapse, killing himself and many Philistines. Samson killed more of his enemies with his final act than he had killed in all of his life. The aftermath of Samson's final act, highlighting his legacy as a flawed yet heroic figure.